What's up everyone, this is Braveheart, and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy VI. Last time we made our way out of Figaro, and now... and we also escaped the Empire. So now we're going to move on to South Figaro, just to see if we can reunite with the Returners, and go after the Empire. So, to do that, we need to go through this cave over here. King Pants, where are you headed? I still can't believe that Dr. Pick came up with that name earlier. Through the cave and eastward to South Figaro. Return to the castle and tell the others we're safe. Yes, sir. Take care. Alright then. So, let's go through this cave, and up ahead here we can find a recovery spring, which works like that recovery pods back at Narsh. It restores all our HP and magic points. And of course I'm also going to put Edgar, aka Pants, in the back row. And also, I forgot to mention earlier, but Edgar, he's basically one of your most powerful characters in this game. I am not even joking about that. Basically, what makes him so powerful is the tools that he can use, like the auto crossbow, for example. I mean, I just finished off the previous boss in 2 hits with him last time, and the auto crossbow will pretty much come in really good handy for dispatching large groups of enemies. Like, for example, we have new enemies, Crawlies and Hornets. And I'm basically just going to use the auto crossbow on them, and not much else said. Alright. Well, there you go. So, pretty much, I mean, if I sound a bit different today, forgive me. I have been coughing all morning. So you'll have to forgive me about that. But I've not been feeling my best today. In any case, let's go ahead and get rid of these guys. And I'm pretty much going to edit out the random battles after this. Oh yeah, the noise blaster will also confuse enemies, in case I didn't tell you. Like that, for example. Oh yeah. And now, finally, the Bio Blaster. That will cast poison on a whole group of enemies. That's pretty much all I have to say about Edgar. Or Pants. If you prefer calling him Pants, I'm fine with that. In any case, alright. So, now that random battle's out of the way, I just thought I'd let you guys know there are a few items in this cave that you do not want to get until later. Like, this chest contains a tincture, for example. That will, restore your magic points, although I do not want it because it has a better item later in the game. Trust me. I mean, I never even figured this out until I saw H.C. Bailey's Let's Play about this. But yes, H.C. Bailey, he's done a really good Let's Play on this, so I would recommend checking him out sometime. A lot of random battles in here, I tell you. And this chest also contains a tincture, although I do not want it because it'll have a better item later in the game. Curse you, random battles. And if we go to the left here, we'll also come across another chest. And this chest contains a Phoenix Down, although, again, it'll have a better item later in the game. Now, don't you guys worry if you miss a few of these. Well, pick up one of the items by mistake. I mean, the very worst you can miss is a ribbon, which protects, which is a relic that protects against about every status ailment in the book, except for certain ones, such as death and all that stuff. And if we go to the south of here, we can find South Figaro. And there are also... Now, who is that? Well, we'll follow him later. Any case, so there are also a few items in this town that you do not want to pick up until later. Like, there's one over here, for example. Also, see those boxes in the left corner there? There's an item there too, but you do not want to pick that up. Also one here too. But nope. And also one over here as well. But... And also there's one on one of those barrels on that wall over there. But you do not want to pick that up either. However, there are a few certain items you can actually pick up. Well, without it... well, you pretty much know what I mean. Like, over here you can find a phoenix down. And again, it's misspelled. And over here you can find a secret area. And if you check this clock over here, you can get an elixir. If I can just make my way past the pots. Thank you. Alright. What elixirs do is that they'll pretty much restore... They'll restore all your HP and magic points. Just like the recovery springs. Although you'll want to hold on to those until later, because they'll come in very good handy for some of the most toughest bosses later in the game. And if you go over here, you can also find another secret area over here. And go down the staircase, and if you also go down here, you can find another staircase as well. Well, whatever it is. Oh, there it is. And in this chest, you can find a hyper wrist, which will increase your vigor by. It will increase your vigor a little. Basically, vigor is supposed to like do something for your strength in battle. Although it's not worth it because, well, it hardly even does anything. So keep that in mind. And in here, you'll also find running shoes, which will cast haste on on the party member who's wearing it. And so now let's go back up here. I'm probably going to have to purchase sprint shoes because unlike in the PS1 version of the game and also the Game Boy Advance version and other versions that came along, you do not have auto dash in this version of the game. Well, I just prefer the Super Nintendo version of the game, mainly due to, well, I played the PS1 version before, although it's just slow as molasses, believe me. The loading times were just ridiculous to me. And in this barrel, you can find a tonic, although you do not want to pick that up either. And so, let's go ahead and... Wow. Splash was right. These townspeople do walk in patterns that aren't consistent. Oh, well, or whatever it was. And down here you can also find a saving point. I guess I'll just go ahead and save. Gotta get used to the button scheme that I gotta get used to the control scheme that I assigned earlier. And so now we just want to go back up here. And I'm trying to think here. Is there anything else I'm missing? Oh yeah. I almost forgot. Trying to remember things, guys. Sorry. I mean, I haven't played this game like in a couple months. Oh yeah, now I remember. Over here you can find a tonic, but don't worry, that one's safe. So don't worry about that one. Wow. Oh yeah. You also want to head to the cafe here, and apparently it was actually known as a bar in the Japanese version, although it was changed just to keep it age appropriate. But before we go to, if I can just get around, if I can just get around people. Oh yeah, and we go to the relic shop, and this is where we can purchase different relics if we wanted to. And another tutorial, I'm just gonna skip it because I can already like explain about this. And of course, I do want to purchase sprint shoes because again, we do not have auto dash. And as for goggles, those will protect against dark, although it is a little bugged in this. It is a little bug in the Super Nintendo version of the game. You're definitely going to want to purchase those in any other version of the game. And as for star pendants, you'll definitely want 4 of those because in the next area you're going to encounter some poisonous monsters. So keep that in mind. Although I'm going to have to do a bit of grinding just to get them. As for Jewel Ring, in the Super Nintendo version of the game, it says it's supposed to protect against dark and petrify, although that apparently was a typo. It only protects against petrify. And as for True Knight, the person who is wearing it will protect another party member who's low on HP. Although I probably won't purchase it because, well, I don't really see much point in it. Now, lastly, we'll want to head to the cafe here, and apparently we have some music that sounds familiar to me. Can't make it out though. And who's this guy? At the very least, you could give me a response. Stand back! He seems vaguely familiar. Wait a minute. He owes allegiance to no one, and will do anything for money. He comes and goes like the wind. And of course, his name is Shadow. But of course, I want to change his name just for old time's sake. And I have just the one. Yep, I'm naming him Ryu. Based off the Ryu from Ninja Gaiden. If you've seen my Ninja Gaiden videos, you know what I'm talking about. That's Ryu. He'd slit his mama's throat for a nickel. Better steer clear of him, I guess. Alright, and if we go downstairs, we can basically find... I can't remember. Oh yeah, this guy that's gives the cider to the old man. Out of the way. I gotta get the cider over to the old man. That's my job. Now scram. Okay, I guess we'll follow him and see where he's going. Just so I can show you where he's going, because that will be important to know later in the game. And what we do is go this way. And you don't necessarily have to go around. You can basically just go through here if you wanted to. That's another important thing to know. Alright, trying to remember this. Ah, yes. This is the right place. And there he is. I'm off work. Get lost. Okay. How would we get lost? I don't like strangers. Bring me some cider and maybe I'll talk to you. Okay, but maybe later. Alright, so I believe that's pretty much... Actually, I actually want to do a few more things before we leave. For one thing, I actually need to, purchase some new weapons and armor. Forgot about my equipment there. Oh yeah, I reassigned the R button. The L and R. My mistake. But yeah, I'm gonna need to purchase some new equipment because we may need it. This is the weapon shop over here, and to the right you'll find the armor shop. Oh yeah. And of course, if you wanted to buy items from here, you can find the item shop up here. So, any case, but before I purchase any items or weapons though, or armor for that matter, I'm gonna need to grind a bit just to get the currency I need, because I spent a lot of my money on tonics earlier in the game. So, I'm just gonna go ahead and do that real quick, and I will be right back. Alright, so I made it back, and, well, I finished up the grinding that I needed to do, and basically what I did was that I went ahead and purchased the items already. I purchased a few regal cutlasses, and I also equipped a mithril blade to Rouge, or Lock if you prefer. And, well, I already had it to begin with. I did not realize that. And I also went ahead and purchased the 4 star pendants that I needed. Also some goggles for whatever reason. And I also equipped them with some new armor, such as plum hats and leather armor and stuff like that. So, in any case, before we leave here, I also have one more thing I need to get in this town. And believe me, I missed this one, so I do apologize for that. And as you can see, here are the sprint shoes at work. They're... basically, they make you run faster, but it's not while you're on the map. So keep that in mind. And if you go through the store here, we can find some chests in here. And 1000 GP. An old clock, it's not ticking. 1500 GP, and this one is empty. Well, that sucks. And of course, there's also another old clock here, and it's not ticking as well. And this will be important to know later on. Well, actually, this one's ticking, and that one over there is not. My mistake. I misread that. Any case, so we pretty much have everything that we need in this town, actually. So we're gonna go back upstairs and let's talk to some of the people here before we leave. And of course, we already investigated that. Alright, go down the stairs. And let's talk to this person. Has war really begun? I better return home. Home to where? And I can't believe it. The Empire will smash us. Welcome to South Figaro. You'll find lots of excellent weapons, armor, and relics in our shops. And yes, I've already done that. Beyond Mount Colts, you'll find the Sable Mountain Range. Okay, good to know. Let's talk to some of the people in the cafe here. Duncan students have no peers. Okay. The guy at the counter, he's really creepy. Yeah, we already checked him out. Okay. Duncan made his son Vargas practice a strict martial arts lifestyle. Vargas resented it. Okay. I believe that's pretty much all we can get out of these guys. So, let's go over here. and check out... as soon as I can get past this guy. The house in the northern part of town belongs to our wealthiest citizen. Alright, I'll keep that in mind. The town will go down fighting, even with their magic armor, we'll make it tough on them. Okay, good luck with that. But, how would you do that anyway? My husband Duncan is a world-famous martial artist. He's taking his disciples to Mount Colts for meditation and training. Mount Colts, you say? And yes, that is the next place where we're gonna go next. Even with about 5 episodes that I made with commentary, apparently I'm still working on my speech. You'll have to forgive me about that. In any case, so if we go up here, we'll find this house to the north. And let's go ahead and check it out. What's that smell? Flowers, his favorite. Huh? These dishes, they were his favorite. And this, his favorite tea. And of course, if we sleep in the bed, we could get some rest if we wanted to, without having to spend our money on an inn. And so, trying to remember here. Oh yeah, if we search that place, we get a tonic. It's pretty much all we can get here. And if we go outside... Denim! He was here? Ooh! That could be a hint. What the... You know this guy? Of course. He left a couple of days ago after he heard that Master Duncan was slain. He headed into the mountains. I heard Duncan's son Vargas is missing as well. I have a bad feeling about this. Sir Duncan was slain, you say? Well, if he headed into the mountains, I guess we better go check that out. But of course, I'm going to stop it here because, well, I'm running out of time. So, next time we're going to go ahead into Mount Colts and see if we can find Denim or Sabin or whatever you want to call him. In any case, thanks for watching. This is Braveheart. I'll see you guys later.